For all who are able, I would invite you to stand with our newest graduates as I offer the invocation. Eternal God, we offer these spoken words and unspoken reflections with a deep sense of gratitude. Thank you for a moment which symbolizes years of preparation and offers the opportunity to publicly affirm commitments that will guide a lifetime of service. Bless all who gather this evening to share in this ceremony, and thank you for that which connects us to centuries of medical learning and an enduring dedication to the care and well-being of others. As these graduates step forward into the practice of medicine, shape within them hearts that remain attentive to suffering, minds that seek wisdom, and lives marked by honesty, humility, and faithfulness to their calling. May they never lose sight of the person behind the diagnosis, nor the trust placed in them by those who are most vulnerable. We give thanks for the mentors and teachers who have walked alongside them, those who have demonstrated careful judgment, shared responsibility, and a commitment to learning and teamwork. May the example set before these graduates continue to inform their choices, especially in moments of uncertainty or moral complexity. Guide these newest physicians through the unfolding path ahead. When the way feels unclear or the burden feels heavy, remind them that the promises they make tonight have long served as a compass for those who went before them. Grant them wisdom to discern rightly, courage to act justly, and the grace to know that they do not walk alone. We ask these blessings so that they, in turn, may be a blessing to others. Amen. You may be seated. Thank you.
Members of the Board of Trustees, Provost Marymont, department chairs, faculty and staff, honored guests, family, friends, loved ones, and most importantly, to the Medical University of South Carolina College of Medicine Class of 2026, welcome to your oath ceremony. I would like to provide a special welcome and thank you to two members of our Board of Trustees, Dr. Guy Castles and Dr. Melvin Brown, for joining us this evening. And I would also like to thank Provost John Marymont for taking time to attend, given a packed schedule of other graduation events for the university. Thank you for coming. Finally, I would be remiss to not also give a special welcome, but also acknowledge a member of our Dean's Office team who will be retiring at the end of this academic year. Dr. Myrie Haynes Singleton has provided service to our students for over 26 years through a storied career in the Office of Student Affairs. Myra texted me earlier this week and said, "My only desire in this journey is to be a light, be kind, and to strive to make a difference." Well, if my calculations are correct, Dr. Haynes Singleton has been a light, has been kind, and has made a difference to over 4,500 students in their journey through medical school and beyond. Please join me in congratulating Dr. Haynes Singleton on her retirement and thank her for generations of physicians she's helped to train. Myra and I have been talking all week about no tears, and I've got her. The oath ceremony is one of my favorite events to attend, bookended by the white coat ceremony that occurred 4 long years ago. These events marked the beginning and end of your journey as a medical student, but not your medical education. You will be learning throughout your life as a physician, first as a resident, then perhaps as a fellow, and even as an attending. I am certain that your faculty has instilled in each of you a desire for lifelong learning. The class of 2026 is especially meaningful to me for a couple of reasons. First, you are my inaugural class as dean. I have walked with you down the medical education road from your first day on campus through this evening. I guess you could say I learned from your class how to be a dean. I've been privileged to watch each of you grow and mature as a physician in training, working towards the goal of graduation. Tonight is a night to celebrate all you have become, and I am grateful that I've had the opportunity to see you grow in these ways. It is also meaningful tonight that in addition to my role as dean of the medical school, I am also a parent of one of the graduates. So to the parents and other family members out there, I may have just a little sense of how you are feeling this evening. And to the graduates, please excuse our emotions, because while we see a young, confident person walking across the stage, entering the profession of medicine, we are also seeing memories of the past. Using a teddy bear as your first patient, dressing as a surgeon for Halloween, the struggles of studying for the MCAT during the midst of a global pandemic, your frustrations with step 1 and its consequences, and your elation and celebration on match day. These memories are running through our minds this evening as we celebrate your important milestone. 4 years ago at your white coat ceremony, tradition dictated that I deliver the white coat address as the new dean. So, graduates, you thought the pimping was over. Now, for those not in the medical field, pimping is not a bad term. Pimping is a term we use when attendings ask questions, hoping they'll know. So I have one last question for y'all tonight. Does anyone recall an acronym I suggested you use during my white coat speech as a mantra to help you during your time in medical school? FEATS. Did we get her an AOA? We got to make sure that happens. FEATS, that's correct. Someone listened, it's a miracle. Well, I couldn't remember myself, honestly. And so I had my chief of staff look through my computer. We couldn't find it anywhere. And for those of you who know my family, you know that I do have a personal private investigator. It's my wife. She searched the YouTube archives and found the ceremony. And the acronym was indeed FEATS. I discussed the incredible feats the class had accomplished to be admitted to the MUSC College of Medicine. Over the past 4 years, you have completed even more incredible feats, winning local, regional, and national research competitions, matching 8 for 8 in ophthalmology. Never thought that would ever happen. Nurturing families through weddings, having babies, and raising children while still matching into competitive residencies, completing marathons and Ironman triathlons, and yes, even getting a piece published in the New England Journal of Medicine. Class of 2026, you have accomplished some amazing feats. But FEATS stood for more than accomplishments. It was an acronym of ways to live in medical school. F was for faith in yourself, in others, maybe even in a higher being. E was for empathy, for each other and for your patients. A was for action. Do something to learn, to heal, or to make it better for a patient or colleague. The T was for trust. Trust in yourself, in your team, and in your patients. And the S represented service. Service to self-care, to your patients, and to your communities. These tenets of FEATS will continue to serve you well as you transition into residency and even into practice. For me, faith is what gets me through every day. Empathy is often more meaningful than a new medication or treatment plan. It is recognizing the patient in front of you and how their disease has become their illness. Action is what you must do now. As a student, your action was to learn. As a resident, your action is to, act. Correct the hyponatremia. Make a treatment plan. Talk to the family. Trust yourself and the team around you. That could be your team that you're working with, or the team of mentors who will be hooding you this evening, or yes, even your team of faculty who have trained you for the last 4 years. By working together, you will care for patients better than by working by yourself. And serve both your community, whose needs are great, and yourself through a focus on well-being. Tonight, you will be joined by other physicians in the audience in reciting the Hippocratic Oath. The pillars of the oath are pretty simple. First, do no harm. The patient needs are the primary consideration. Help to teach the next generation. I would argue that by continuing to accomplish feats and remembering the acronym, you will meet the requirements of the oath. If you always keep your patients at the center of all you do and work together as a team to treat the whole person, you will achieve the best possible outcome for them. This, my colleagues, is what the Hippocratic Oath means. Congratulations to each and every one of you for your accomplishments, and welcome to your new professional community. You join a rich history of centuries of medical care and over 200 years of medical education in the state of South Carolina. I look forward to seeing the feats you will continue to accomplish, and tonight we are going to celebrate you. Thank you.
Good evening. It is my pleasure and really a privilege to introduce a beloved colleague and our speaker for the oath ceremony, Dr. Patricia Garrity McBurney, a distinguished physician, educator, and lifelong advocate for compassionate care. A Charleston native and graduate of Bishop England High School, Dr. McBurney chose her journey in medicine while earning her Bachelor of Science degree in biology at the University of South Carolina. She returned home to complete her medical degree at MUSC and then completed her pediatric residency at the Medical College of Georgia. After training, she once again came home to MUSC to complete her pediatric academic generalist fellowship and a Master of Science degree in clinical research. Dr. McBurney is now a professor in MUSC's Department of Pediatrics, a dedicated hospitalist, a board-certified pediatrician in both pediatric hospital medicine and general pediatrics. One hallmark of Dr. McBurney's extraordinary career has been her unwavering passion for teaching. Over the years, that passion has earned her many accolades, including multiple Golden Apple Teaching Awards, Teacher of the Month honors, Best Inpatient Educator Award, and Outstanding Pediatric Attending of the Year awards. For nearly 2 decades, she served in the challenging and critical role of the Pediatric Clerkship Co-Director. And that is a challenging role, and she has done it so well. But further, she has extended her influence nationally in her service to the Council on Medical Student Education in Pediatrics. But what most of us also know is one of Dr. McBurney's most significant contributions to students and to patients, past, present, and future, is her dedication to humanism in medicine. In 2005, she was one of only 40 physicians nationwide to receive the prestigious Humanism in Medicine Award from the Association of American Medical Colleges. Since 2013, her commitment to fostering compassion and professionalism in our students through her leadership in the MUSC Gold Humanism Honor Society has helped to shape and inspire future generations of physicians. Please welcome Dr. McBurney to the podium.
Thank you, Dr. Kern, for the kind and generous words, and thank you for the invitation to talk tonight. I have to admit, it's intimidating. I'm not scared of you, the graduates. After 4 years, I'm pretty used to y'all. But the responsibility of addressing you on this very special night is daunting. I can still remember the speech at my oath ceremony 29 years ago. My class's oath ceremony was at the Ashley River Baptist Church on Savannah Highway, right past the Coburg Cow. It was a very meaningful day, and as we do in medicine, I need to return the favor. I need to say something that you can think about and remember throughout your career. Somehow, I need to reach each one of you very soon to be doctors, all 158 of you. This night is yours, and you deserve it to be special. First, I'm going to cheat a little bit. I'm going to share something meaningful to me from that speech by an adult cardiologist in 1997. Second, I'm going to share 3 ideas that I think the great Hippocrates might have offered you. After all, what are we doing here? You're about to take the Hippocratic Oath. Third, I'm going to share my 3 pieces of advice. Again, my goal is to reach each graduate with inspiration for the road and the great adventure you're embarking on tonight. First, what I chose to talk about from my oath ceremony in 1997 is milk. The adult cardiologist said you cannot give people bad milk. He went on to describe how when you go to the grocery store, you reach to the back with the milk because you think there's a chance that the storekeeper, not all storekeepers, but certainly some, might have put the milk that's about to go bad up front. And so we all know that's a possibility. Caveat emptor, buyer beware. But we don't say that in medicine. Medicine's something different. It's something very, very special. We give the very best to each human. If I'm tempted to cut corners, I just remember that bad milk story. Hippocrates had strong values. I would call them virtues. We might call his ideas a very high level of professionalism in modern medicine. Who was this Greek doctor from the island of Kos in the Aegean Sea? He was a great guy. If somehow he transported himself through 2,500 years to be with us tonight, we'd all really like him. The Greek people who lived 400 years BC thought he was awesome. In fact, long after he died, they continued to sign their name Hippocrates. And so that brings up a point that we need to briefly address. There are a lot of historians who argue about how we really don't know what Hippocrates is responsible for. In other words, like the oath may have been written long after his death. That's okay. And please forgive me, as I'm sure there's some historians out there, and all I did was read about Hippocrates. As I understand it, it was just how they did things in Greece at that time. Plato, who called Hippocrates the great Asclepiad, which was a compliment. It meant he was a descendant of great physicians, lived at the same time, and he did roughly the same thing these people who signed their name Hippocrates did. He inserted his teacher, Socrates, into his dialogues, and so as I understand it, that causes some problems for the philosophers in sorting out what Plato said and what Socrates said. So for our culture would say these people forged Hippocrates' name, but don't worry. And remember, if Hippocrates walked out on the stage, he would say, "What on earth is this lady talking of milk for? Do you know how far out in the country I have to go to get milk? She should talk of wine." Hippocrates grew up drinking watered-down wine. He didn't have milk. Just the same, I did my very best to pare down 3 qualities of Hippocrates that were truly his. The first is wisdom. Hippocrates used not just his knowledge, but his wisdom. At the time he practiced medicine, there were beliefs that all these Greek gods caused all these diseases. And Hippocrates said, "Wait a minute, guys. I think there's more to it. I don't think this is how it works. I think we need to make observations, write them down, look for patterns, and then see if the treatments actually work." By using this method, he was able to describe diseases such as childhood seizures. There is so much more going on in modern medicine than there was in ancient Greece. Is it all wise? That is what you need to contemplate as you move through your career. You're wise. I've been with you in ethics and at the bedside. You just need to keep using your wisdom. The second quality I'd like to highlight from Hippocrates is integrity. Hippocrates sat under his famous oriental plane tree or sycamore tree and watched people practice medicine. Some people would prescribe treatments that did not work and the person didn't even need. Some treatments might do harm. Hippocrates, of course, did not like this. He certainly did not say, "Buyer beware." He is credited with the ideas that led to first do no harm, primum non nocere, which I have no idea how to say in Greek, that's Latin, but it sums up what Hippocrates was talking about. He had all kinds of advice that would be helpful to patients. Some are recorded in the Hippocratic corpus. We would call them pro tips today. For instance, he advised moderation in all things, not too many figs with your ancient grains. Keep yourself clean, burn your clothes after a plague, and keep patient information quiet. In addition to using his wisdom and keeping his integrity, Hippocrates treated all people well, and that's my third point about Hippocrates. He treated everyone well, slaves to famous sculptors. One of my favorite stories about how Hippocrates treated people well involved this poor lady who was having profound grief at the death of her husband. Her grief was driving everybody on the island of Kos crazy. Her relatives came to Hippocrates begging for help for this poor woman, and her children were neglected. The story goes that Hippocrates met with her, probably under his tree, and he listened, and he listened, and he listened, and he listened, and the meeting went very long. That's really all we know. We don't know what he said, we don't know what he didn't say, we don't know what he did, what he didn't do. All we know is he listened. The lady, after this meeting, this very long meeting, went home, started eating, started sleeping, and took care of her children. Now I want to pass forward to you 3 tips that I have learned. First, strengthen your relationship. You need other people. You need your spouse, your parents, your grandparents, your siblings, your children, and all your relatives and friends. You need to keep them close to you and let them continue to share in your experiences. Start by hugging each one of them tonight, and then ask them to help keep you balanced and grounded in your values over the next few years. But wait, there are more people you need to value. There's an intern orientation coming up, and you need to build good relationships with your new peers. You will need good colleagues throughout your career. I'm not saying anything we didn't all learn early in life, probably from your families. If you want a friend, be a friend, but you really need to build good colleagues. You can set the example and show them how to act. What I mean is if they need a little help and you can't help, lend a hand. Sometimes when you're able, see that last patient for them, or agree to a schedule change, or help them really learn a procedure. If they need it and you're allowed, help out. You'll set the standard, then hopefully people will help you out when you need it. Likewise, do not leave work for someone else when you can get it done. No one wants to do that discharge summary that someone else was responsible for. Even if some people never seem to get teamwork or return your favors, you still do the right thing. A longtime physician in Georgetown, South Carolina, used to say all the time, there are people who will do, and there are people who will let you do. You be a doer, you'll be much happier, and you'll meet some great colleagues along the way. My second point for you is learn to love the fight. I can't take credit for this advice. I got it from Jimmy Connors. I used to love Jimmy Connors when I was a kid. What was so special about this tennis great? He really impressed me one Sunday afternoon. I can remember watching a match, which I think was the US Open in Flushing Meadows, on my family's big box TV on James Island. And I had to go downtown. I'd watched for hours and I had to go downtown. So I hopped in the car, went to Broad Street and came back. And I think it took me an hour and 50 minutes. I turned the TV back on with the knobs, and I wanted to see the final score. They were still playing. Now, I was so impressed that I went to the library. There was no internet. And I got books out on Jimmy Connors. In South Windermere, the library is still there. And I found that quote, learn to love the fight. It stuck with me. Now, what does this have to do with you? In residency, your family may go to town and back a few times before you finish that surgery. Your friends will likely go on day trips to the mountains or cross-country motorbike rides. I don't know what your friends do, but they're going to do all that, and you're still going to be on call in the hospital or working the weekend, and you got to remember to love the fight. You will get your chance to go to the mountains, and I promise you, as long as you have slept, you will enjoy it more than everybody else in your group. Find the joy. That's my third point. Sometimes you have to build that joy. I absolutely love what I do. I know more every year. I'm more skilled. I can help more people. It gets better every year, trust me. But sometimes I don't want to get out of bed. I'm still tired from the day before, and I lay there and think, wow. And then I remember all the patients and the trainees and my friends at work, and I realize, okay, I do want to go fulfill my role. But wait, all we've done is get me out of bed. You haven't filled me full of joy yet. So, as an intern, I remember getting to the parking garage at the same exact time every morning for a 1-month block rotation as a surgery intern. He was a great doctor and a great guy all around. Every morning, he was blasting Bach, Mozart, Ravel, something every morning. It was dark. I started to look forward to it. It amazed me. He was just getting himself ready for the day. Fast forward 27, 28 years, I'm working with a sub-I and a med-peds intern. We're having a rough time trying to finish rounds. Every time we turn around, there's an interruption. We're in the workroom waiting for someone or something, and the sub-I asked me, "Hey, Dr. McBurney, what's your walkout song? You know, when you get here." So these two trainees proceeded to play their walkout songs and then to try on multiple possibilities for me, none of which I thought would work, but it did lighten the moment. We had fun. The message is you can find your joy at work. It doesn't have to always be outside of work. You can find it at work. Now, to pull it all together, don't give people bad milk. Be like Hippocratic. Have a high standard. Use your wisdom. Have integrity. Treat people well. My 3 tips: build good relationships. Treat your colleagues well. Learn to love the fight like Jimmy Connors. Put some joy in your heart at work. Music can help. Finally, all 158 of you have been trained to be great. Seeing those 2 little letters behind your name, MD, people are going to be filled with hope that you're going to make an individual better, or you're going to do something really great for the practice of medicine. Tonight, I challenge each of you to take a minute and think about how you want to be great in medicine. You will need to revisit your idea of greatness throughout your entire career. You have a lot of people in this room who will remind you. I see them out there. Having been asked to give this oath ceremony address for the class of 2026, I feel very vested in each one of you. I hope that I can speak for everybody at the ceremony tonight and know that we are rooting for you. Looking at all the faculty, the staff, the family and friends tonight, I'm pretty certain that I'm not going to be the only one watching, hoping, and praying that you will all do the great things you're dreaming of. Get your walkout song ready and go be great.
Thank you, Dr. McBurney. Good evening, everybody. I see a lot of familiar faces that I saw at Match Day, but for those that I have not seen before, it is nice to meet you. My name is Trip Owen, and I've had the pleasure of serving as a class president the last couple of years, and it has been amazing. Whenever I spoke at Match Day, I was looking out over a crowd of students that were dressed to our Match Day theme, which was Under the Sea. And while I'm loving the robes and regalia, I have to agree with Dr. McBurney, it is a little bit intimidating. It feels like we're kind of going into battle, which might be an accurate depiction of what residency is going to feel like. Someone asked me the other week to describe my emotions surrounding graduation with one word, and I thought that was a pretty hard question. Some of us might be feeling anxious, some of us might be feeling nervous, maybe nostalgic. For some of us, this might be the biggest sigh of relief that we've ever had. But as I've thought about it myself, my word is shocked. Shocked because there were plenty of times in medical school when I thought it was the very end. But also shocked that this day is finally here, because I know for most of us, we have spent every part of our life coming to this day. But regardless of what you might be feeling, I want to say thank you for being here and congratulations to all of us. No med school talk would be complete without a history lesson, and tonight we're going to be learning about the stethoscope, which sits pretty close to my heart. Yes, pun intended. If you take the word stethoscope and break it down into its Greek roots, it means to look or to see inside the chest. It was created just a few years ago in 1816 by French physician René Laennec, who observed that when rolling up a piece of paper and using that on the patient's chest, it better amplified the heart sounds as compared to direct contact. And this idea has been changed and innovated over the course of time, which I think is a great depiction of what medicine is like as a field. Now, over 200 years later, I remember the day that we all got our first stethoscopes during orientation. And, back then we were young. Nobody had wrinkles, nobody had gray hair, and we were wide-eyed, bushy-tailed medical students ready to tackle anything in our path. We slowly began integrating these historic pieces of medicine into our daily lives and our daily practice. And we eventually learned that the bell is more than something that rings, and the diaphragm is more than a muscle that helps us breathe. This symbol of medicine has been draped across our shoulders for 4 years, and it has seen just as much as we have, and I can guarantee that it has touched more patient lives than we can imagine. It's also pretty cool to see over the last 4 years how much we have all grown in many ways, and definitely intellectually. And I don't know if we have any actors in the crowd tonight, but I'll be the first to say that Broadway was never in my future as a young person, and definitely not as an adult. And so whenever we started practicing our patient interviews on standardized patients during first year in small group, that was like nails on a chalkboard for me, and I apologize to everybody that had to see that. But just like all things in life, the more we practice, the better we got, and we were promoted to teaching rounds. And teaching rounds were special because it was the first time as junior students that we got to interact with patients in a meaningful way. We would show up to the hospital in our short and dainty white coats. We would have a blank sheet of paper the size of Texas ready to write down anything and everything a patient said to us. And from the moment that we touched that doorknob, patients let us in. We would go in there and we had the unique opportunity to integrate our developing medical knowledge with that of the patient's health history. We would use our open-ended questions and our physical exam maneuvers like a magnifying glass to piece together their story like a puzzle. From there, we would draw our diagnostic conclusions and move forward with workup, management, and treatment. And I always thought that was the real challenge, but I bet you can ask any attending in this room that the challenge began when listening to a medical student's first patient presentation. But now, after literal years of practice, it has become second nature to each and every one of us, and it's something that we're going to carry with us for the rest of our careers, both personally and professionally, and both inside and outside the hospital. All of this growth that I've talked about would not have been possible without a vast and expansive support network, which I can see out there too. They don't look as intimidating though. And in the Owen family, we have a saying that goes, "It takes a village." And the village is special because it's unique to everybody. But in medical school, our village is built from our friends and our family, our spouses, children, partners. It's built from faculty, administrators. It's built from attendings, nurses, and custodial staff. Each member of our village has poured into us in innumerable ways, and they have played such a big role in becoming the future physicians that we're going to be. These are also the same people that answer your midnight phone call when you're stressed out and pulling out your hair. And these are also the same people that reassure you that there's no such thing as a stupid question when you're about to ask a stupid question. But I do want to highlight one of the most important members of our village. And I think this type of person is definitely overlooked, but I believe that they're the most important. And those are the patients that we've all encountered along the way. Yes, even the frustrated patient that you wake up in the middle of the night and you kindly ask, "Do you need anything?" And they say, "I need you to leave so I can go back to sleep." These patients are an important member of our village because they were the ones that began trusting us before we began trusting ourselves. As we look forward to residency, there's going to be a lot of new emotions and new challenges that face us. Of course, we're excited. We're moving to a new place, going to meet new people, and we're going to work on building our next village. But at the same time, we're going to be nervous about being the provider in the room that everybody looks to for answers. We're going to be anxious about delivering that heartbreaking news to a patient and their family. We're going to feel like imposters no matter where you are. But whenever you face those challenges and you experience those new emotions, I want to remind you of somebody. I want to remind you of the person 4 years ago that got that stethoscope. I want to remind you of yourself and all the challenges that you overcame in medical school, all the failures you experienced, and all the successes that you experienced as well. Because if you were to ask that person, they had no idea what they were capable of, but look where we are now. I would like to conclude my talk with a quote. And I'm not a really big quote person, but I did read this one a couple years ago, and I've held on to it because I knew there would be a time and a place to share it, and I believe that time and place is now. Famous author Mark Twain once wrote, "The two most important days in your life are the day that you were born and the day that you find out why." And I believe for most of us, that why is now, that is today. Every decision that you've made, every failure you failed, and every success that you've succeeded upon has led you here. Each one of us is going to be in an incredible physician because of the training and the support and growth we've experienced along the way. And we're all going to be a light for a patient who feels like their life is surrounded by total darkness. Again, thank you and congratulations.
Thank you, Tripp, and thanks for your leadership. And I think I heard it that everyone can use a stethoscope in the class, including the newly budded orthopedic surgeons, right? Making sure. It is my honor and privilege to now invite the class of 2026 to come forward where they will be granted their academic hoods. You can follow along on your program to see who they chose to have them place their hood. Some did the default big guy here as the dean, but others have chosen faculty members, staff members, parents, brothers or sisters, spouses, someone who is meaningful to them in their life as a mentor. And we're proud of that, and we look forward to celebrating this ceremony with you. With that, I invite the class forward.
Ade Goboyega Timothy Adewale. Grant Thomas Blaylock. John Bowman. Christopher Carlucci. Jordan Carter. Jillian Shea Catalano. Andrea Chow. Hollis Chalora. James Cale Cummings. Taylor McKenna DeGraff. Catherine Lee Dean. Cara Devine. Kylie Duckworth. Maya Hollis Duffy. Zachary Robert DeZeo. Caroline Carson Everett. Savannah Jo Faulkner. Sean Patrick Fitzgerald. Paloma Maria Gallagher. Kristen Gambardella. Thomas Antonio Holt Gomez. Kenneth Raphael Granados. John Helmy. Lauren Danielle Holtzlander. Mahalia Huber. Evan Holst. Mark Eden Kwame. Cruz Krafsick. Faisal Lashab. Melissa Lameek. Mary Nan Leith. Austin Ramij Lewis. Kayla Marie Martin. Michael Alexander Matthews. Brendan Ivan Middleton. Sarayu Rupa Parise. Alex Rendon Hongetud. Carter Joseph Richardson. Angela Schmuggy. Ramsha Shams. Sarah Stevens. Noah Callahan Steyer. Rishi Shankar Suresh. Paris Thompson. Michaela Tiller. Alexis Tomlin. Alexandria von Wiese und Kaiser von Dal Simpson. Kristen Wills Kitahata. Ann Jenks.
Ethan Barkley. Corey Mueller. Maria Ashley Moliso. Alina Smoleva. Guillermo Omar Rangel Rivera. John Nunnally Redhead. Jacob Michael Scott. Deasia Satina Witherspoon. Brian David Linder. Sarah Catherine Thomas. Noah David Ashley. Hannah Marie McCoy. John J. Calominos. Zeri Isabella O'Connor. Laura Elizabeth Mitchell Johnson. Brendan Wayne Wright. Hannah Grace Farmer. Pranav Patel. Brianna Nicole Lewis. Suraj Rao. Adam Arar. Demetrius Arhantoulis. Christopher Bila. Samantha McGee Binder. Elizabeth Adele Blaylock. Zachary Edward Booker. Davis Marchant Boruki. Abby Grace Bowman. Gwyneth Bradley. Benjamin Philip Brandeis. Maria Kathleen Bicalo. Gabriela Carrara. Keshav Chandran. Anna Grace Chang. Kane Davis Johnson. Elise DeForest. Sydney Carmaine DeBona. Stephanie Gloria DeLucia. Maya Nicole Elhaj. Adam Edward Engesser. Claire Elizabeth Essex. Winsheen Fan. Jesse Fernandez Reyes. Kelsey Gail Glover. Samantha Golden. Jason Graham. Catherine Leela Grant. Hunter Nelson Gray. Dania Muhammad Hilat. Carly Reynolds Hall. Megan Sharner Haynes. Emily Lena Hauk. Hallman Victoria Hughes.
Brandon Matthew Honeycutt. Marissa Naval Jansen. Mohammed Faisal Kasir. Rucha Atul Kelkar. Jawakim Kennedy. Anna Jacob Kulangara. Therese Larson. Kelly Litz. Connor James Malark. Abigail Lee Martin. John Christopher Martin. John Ambrose Martino. Addison Bryn McFarland. Brendan Scott McNeil. Jessica Mang. Anjali Mahin. Molly Ellen Morgan. Jordan Morningstar. Noah Lee Ahmad Nawabi. Hannah Naimi. Frank Riley Nichols. Nathaniel Oberholzer. Tessa Ortiz. Johnny Marion Owen III. Simran Kaur Paintlia. Habib Emil Rafka. Nikhil Samashakar Rao. Priyanka Rao. Sarah Elizabeth Reinecke. Sloan Victoria Rhodes. James J. Richardson. Joshua Rivers. Mary Hannah Rogers. Virginia Ringo Scott. Kevin Shaw. William Tucker Shelton. Samuel Wesley Stewart. Elizabeth Sullivan. Austin Thomas. Nikhil Vallabhaneni. Emma Kate Vogt. Jenna Renee Vrahman. Angelica Maria Walker. Benjamin Christos Walsh. Dara Bailey Watts. Chandler Curtis Wilcox. Bailey Renee Will. Margaret Winters. Julia Caroline Yerger. Brian Yu. Julia Frances Zimlick.
Let's have one more round of applause for all of our new graduates.
During this time of polarization in our country, and as I'm nearing the end of my military career, it is heartening to me, and should be for all of us, that we still have people willing to volunteer, to sacrifice, and to try to affect change in the United States military. As Dr. Owen so eloquently said earlier, it's got a nice ring to it, right? As he so eloquently said earlier, nobody's doing this alone. And we know that those who are sacrificing in the military also have family members and their support system that is sacrificing with them, just as each of the graduates here have had family members and friends and support for them. So let's take a moment to just recognize everyone who's a supporter for everybody out there. So as the members of our graduating class that are going into the military come out on the stage, I want to invite others who are currently serving or have served. If they would like to stand and reaffirm their oath, they are welcome to join us as we honor our country with the oath of office. All right, attention to the oath. I state your name. Do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, that I take this obligation freely, without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion, and that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties of the office on which I'm about to enter. So help me God. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming the newest physicians in our United States military. Group dismissed.
I'll try to let them get to their seats so they can join us. Everyone in their program has the Hippocratic Oath that was referred to earlier. I would like to invite all of the class of 2026, as well as any other physicians who are present with us, to stand, and we will recite the oath together. Today, in the presence of family, friends, teachers, and colleagues, I dedicate myself to the profession of medicine. I pledge myself to the service of humanity. I will use my skills to care for all in need without bias and with openness of spirit. The health of my patients will be my first concern. I vow to hold sacred the bond between doctor and patient. I will hold in confidence all that my patients entrust to me. I will strive to alleviate suffering. I will respect the dignity and autonomy of my patients in living and in dying. As a physician, I recognize my duty to society. I will work to promote health and prevent disease. I will advocate for the welfare of my community. Even under duress, I will not use my knowledge or my skills against humanity. I will acknowledge my limitations and my mistakes so that I may learn from them. To uphold these responsibilities, I will maintain my own well-being and the well-being of those close to me. I will promote the integrity of the practice of medicine. In the tradition of my profession, I honor all who teach me this art. Through honest and respectful collaboration with my colleagues, I will seek new knowledge, re-examine ideas and practices of the past, and teach what I have learned. Above all, the health of my patients will be my first concern. This oath I take freely and upon my honor. Congratulations, you may be seated.
Graduates, today you step into a profession defined both by knowledge and by purpose. The Hippocratic Oath you have just taken is a promise that your feats in medicine will be measured not just by what you accomplish, but by the compassion, courage, and integrity you bring to every patient you meet. You have already shown resilience, curiosity, and heart throughout your journey at MUSC. But the true measure of your success will unfold in quiet moments, when you listen deeply, when you comfort someone at their most vulnerable, when you choose empathy even when the day feels long. Let this oath be your compass. Let it steady you when challenges rise and remind you that healing is both a science and a profound act of humanity. You are ready. You are capable. And the world is waiting for the lives you will change. Congratulations, class of 2026. Your greatest feats are just beginning. For those who are able, please rise for the benediction.
Let us pray. Gracious God, as these graduates move into the next chapter of their professional lives, assure them of your steady presence, grant them clarity of thought, steadiness of spirit, and resilience for the work to which they have been entrusted. May the commitments they have affirmed tonight shape their daily practice, guiding their hands as they heal, their words as they explain and comfort, and their decisions as they navigate deeper levels of responsibility. Keep them mindful of the dignity of every patient, attentive to the wisdom of colleagues, and open to growth across the arc of their careers. Bless them with curiosity that keeps learning alive, humility that welcomes collaboration, and perseverance for the long and meaningful work ahead. And bless their families and loved ones whose support has made this moment possible. Go with them now and always. For this we ask. Amen.
Ask that you remain seated for the recessional of the faculty and the graduates. Thank you again, and congratulations to the class of 2026.